So let's say we are multiplying 16 8 times. Instead of using the area method, which will take a long time for us to draw the blocks and then count them all, we can use the grid method instead. Let me first show you the area method, and then we are going to do the grid method beside it, so you can really see the difference between the two techniques. So let me just draw a rectangle here, which is 16 squares long and 8 squares high. So you can see that doing the area method when multiplying numbers can really take a long time, especially if you are multiplying large numbers. Okay, just a little bit more and we're done. So this is a rectangle that we created, which has a length of 16 squares and a height of 8 squares. After that, when using the area method, we count the number of squares inside this rectangle, which is going to give us the area of this rectangle, or which is also the answer to the question, what is 16 times 8? So counting the squares, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32, 33, 34, 35, 36, 37, 38, 39, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45, 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, 51, 52, 53, 54, 55, 56, 57, 58, 59, 60, 61, 62, 63, 64, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73, 74, 75, 76, 77, 78, 79, 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87, 88, 89, 90, 91, 92, 93, 94, 95, 96, 97, 98, 99, 100, 101, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 112, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28. 128 squares. So using the area method, by drawing a rectangle which has a size of 16 squares and a height of 8 squares, and by counting all the squares inside this rectangle, we find that the answer is 128. So that is the answer to 16 times 8 using the area method. And you can see it took us a long time to find the answer, right? Now let's do the grid method. To use the grid method, we first have to decompose the numbers into their place and place value. So 16, when decomposed, is also equal to 10 plus 6, right? This is the tens place and this is the ones place. And for 8, well, it doesn't have a tens place, but it has a ones place. After decomposing the numbers, we draw a rectangle with sides that have the length of the numbers that we are multiplying. So let me just draw a rectangle similar to the one that we used in the area method. By the way, this is the grid method now that we are doing. So the length of this side is 16 and the length of this side is 8. And we know that 16 is equivalent to 10 plus 6 when decomposed. So let's go ahead and change that to 10 plus 6. Next, we can draw up regions based on the places like tens and ones of the numbers that we are multiplying. So we draw a line here, which is going to represent a rectangle that has a length of 10 and a height of 8. And then another rectangle here with a length of 6 and a height of 8. After that, we can multiply per region only, since it's much easier to do so instead of counting a lot of squares inside the rectangle. So we learned in a past lesson that the number of squares inside a figure, inside a rectangle like this, is just the result of multiplying the length of the sides of that rectangle, right? So to get the number of squares or to get the area of this rectangle, we just multiply the length of the sides. So that's 10 times 8, which is easy to do, right? And 10 times 8 is equal to 80. Going to the next rectangle, to get the area or the number of squares inside this figure, what we have to do is just multiply the length of the sides. So we have length of 6 and the height of 8, which is equal to 48. Looking at the rectangle that we created here in the area method, if we created the same regions over here, so let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. If we counted the number of squares in this region, which has a length of 6, the number of squares here will be 48. And the number of squares here in this region with side lengths of 10 squares and a height of 8 squares, that's going to be 80, just the same as the result of what we did here in the grid method. So these numbers that resulted from us multiplying the length of the sides of these rectangles give us the number of squares or the size of the area of these rectangles. Now, to get the total number of squares inside this big rectangle, all we have to do is just add 80, the number of squares here in this region, and 48. So we add them together and we use the standard algorithm to do that. So 0 plus 8 is 8 and 8 plus 4 is 12, giving us 128, the same as what we got with the area method. So with the grid method, you can see that there is no need for us to draw squares and count each square individually because we can accurately find out the area of each region by just simply multiplying the length of the different rectangles formed during the composition of the numbers that we are multiplying.